children's story, written by Aaron and Max.
Coach Howard walked up to Vernon and said, "Are you understanding the game of baseball any better?" "I feel like I've learned the majority of the game. Growing up in an orphanage, I never had someone to take the time and teach me," said Vernon. "No problem," said the coach. "If you ever have any questions, let me know." Vernon thought about it for a minute and asked, "Actually, since you mentioned it, I've been wondering something. I know where all of the bases are, but where is home?"
"Dad," said Vernon, "can you come to the kitchen? I spilled Kool-Aid all over the kitchen floor." Dad took a quick look around and screamed, "What the hell did you just do to my kitchen?" "I'm sorry, Dad," said Vernon. "Just clean up the mess and make sure the kitchen is spotless for your mother when she gets home," said Dad. "Sorry, Dad." Dad responded, "Yeah, I made some mistakes in my life, including you."
"So what's the news, Doc?" said Vernon. The doctor looked up from his manila folder and said, "It's not great. Would you like to hear the good news or the bad news first?" Vernon responded, "Bad news first." The doctor then said, "Okay, it looks like it will be increasingly difficult for you to do physical activity like riding a bike, running, and swimming. You have carpal tunnel syndrome." In awe, Vernon exclaimed, "Holy smokes! What's the good news then?" The doctor finally replied, "The good news is that you won't have to worry about the bad news because we will need to amputate both of your legs."
"I can't seem to understand these math equations," said Vernon. Dad responded, "Here, let me take a look and see if I can help you out." "Good luck. I've been trying to solve this one problem for 3 weeks," Vernon complained. "Son, 2 plus 2 equals 4, Dad announced. "How did you solve that so quick?" questioned Vernon. Looking Vernon right in the eyes, Dad said, "Because I don't have fetal alcohol syndrome."
As Vernon walks into the kitchen, Dad says, "Happy birthday, son. I'm so proud of you and so happy to be your father." Vernon responded, "Thanks, Pops. I do have a question, though." "Shoot, kid," proclaimed Dad. "The other day, Mom made a joke about me being adopted. Is that true?" Vernon asked. "I don't want to get into this, son," replied Dad. Begging his father, Vernon said, "Dad, please, it's my only wish for my birthday." With a look of regret on his face, Dad said, "Okay, you aren't technically adopted. When you were born, we took you to the adoption agency, but they said that you were so ugly that none of the families would ever want you." With a bittersweet look on his face, Vernon responded, "Well, I'm glad that I wound up with you and Mom. It's good to know that you guys love me. The only thing I love about you is an extra $4,000 on my year's tax return," proclaimed Dad with a smirk on his face.
As Vernon passed the hot dog stand, he asked, "Hey, Dad, can you get me a wiener?" Dad responded, "Sure, son, but we gotta pay the nice man first." The hot dog man yelled, "One hot dog coming right up." In awe, Vernon exclaimed, "Wow, that's one big wiener." Dad responded, "Sure is, son. You better be able to eat the whole thing in one bite." "How would I ever be able to do that?" Vernon questioned. With a wry smile on his face, Dad smiled, "I'm not quite sure. Maybe you should ask your mother."
Out in the backyard, Dad asked Vernon, "Son, did you just throw with your left arm?" "Yeah. Was it a good throw?" Vernon asked with an excited look. Dad responded, "No. I think you should use your right arm." Confused, Vernon asked, "Why, Dad? It feels like more natural to use my left." "Because if you choose the left side, I'll have to give you up for adoption," Dad said.
heard you thinking about quitting the tennis team. Why is that? Asked the coach. Vernon explained, I'm sorry. It's just I've been really busy helping out at the orphanage. I'm hoping that a couple will see how hard I work and adopt me. The coach responded, I see the problem here. I think you'll have more opportunities open up for you if you continue your in tennis. I'm going to have to think about it, Coach, said Vernon, uneasily. The coach then said, think long and hard, Vernon. The only love you're ever going to get is in tennis.
At the top of his lungs, Vernon screamed, Dad, I found a tarantula in my bedroom. Dad responded, it's not a big deal, son. We can just flush it. But Dad, that's the grossest thing ever, complained Vernon. In a calm tone, Dad said, no, son, that would be Mr. Clinton's browser history. Dad kills deer and prepares it for dinner. Feeling hungry, Vernon asked, hey Dad, what's for dinner? It's a secret, Dad responded. Come on, just give me a hint, begged Vernon. Dad said, it's what Mommy calls me sometimes. In disgust, Vernon yelled, ew, I don't want to eat a fucking asshole.
Hey son, want to hear a joke? Asked Dad. Sure, but it better not be another dad joke, responded Vernon, annoyed. Where does 100 balls and screws old woman? Asked Dad with a grin. Creeped out, Vernon asked, what? Bingo, yelled Dad.
The end.
Dedicated to Israel, known as Is Kamakawayer, in loving memory. Coach Matt.
Oh my god. It's so bad.
Children's Story by Max and AJ Stopping.
I gotta have it open already.
Okay. It's so freaking hot.
At the top of his lungs, Vernon screamed, Dad, I've... Just responded, thanks, Pops.
What? What? Oh my
Just
gosh.
eat the kiwi off the knife. I can't explain how funny that looks out of the corner of my eye. I don't know. It's like you're just like tasting it.
Hot dog coming right up. You know, Vernon
That was not what I needed. That was not what At the top of his lungs, Vernon's.
Dude.
I got like black. I'm not.